The room is stark. An occasional drip of water echoes in the silence, a metronome of mortality. It's a disconcerting rhythm that punctuates the room's stillness. Two male adult bodies rest upon cold stainless steel slabs. They lie beneath harsh fluorescent lights, their pallid forms contrasting sharply with the unforgiving white surroundings. The air is thick with the faint scent of antiseptic, and the chill of the room seeps into your skin.
I'm looking around to see if there's any paperwork done at all. I'm looking for fingerprints. If fingerprints have been done on each.
Yeah, I'd say
body.
it does look like fingerprints have been done.
All right, so
There's
I'm
paperwork.
Gonna,
It looks like it's half done. Like somebody was doing something and then left the room very quickly, and then came back in.
all right, I'm gonna take a look at both of the pages and just look to see if the fingerprints are identical.
They are identical, yes.
All right, I'm just gonna put that down and then walk back over to the bodies. And you said there was a sheet from like the midway down.
It's actually like folded up at their feet, so it's not even on them yet, but it's fully off. But yeah, there is a sheet there if you wanted to cover them.
No, I'm just looking at different things.
Okay.
I'm looking at fingernails and toenails. I'm actually looking to see if there's almost like a similar trim style, rounded versus flat.
They're identical. They are identical. Mm-hmm.
It seems like the grooming that these two do is the exact same.
You saying they're identical? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, it
no
looks
difference
like,
at all?
no, it looks like whatever this one does to keep himself clean and tidy, this one's doing as well.
So you're saying there's a similar personality type in this?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, if we can figure that sort of stuff out, if we can get an idea of where these two came from.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, these two are, this is fresh. Somebody doesn't even have notes. So what I'm curious is there some kind of computer in the room, some kind of screen, any evidence that somebody might have been logging information? Because, I mean, is there no evidence of observation, any notes taken from somebody?
There is, I believe it's a clipboard, analog notes, but fingerprints were taken, and it looks like it had started, but then they walked away and left it there.
Okay, so that's it. There's no other.
There's nothing else started. No.
Wow. Okay, so this is real fresh. So somebody was here. They must have just been here. That there's no way we would just leave these bodies uncovered like this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess they were doing some of the work and something dragging them away. I don't know.
Why don't we just put in a call to the examiner?
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea. Do you want to be the one to do that?
Sure. Do I know the examiner? I assume I do.
Yeah, I assume you do.
Okay.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about them? Unless you'd like me to.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine the medical examiner is fairly well, like a fairly tidy woman. She goes by the name of Mildred.
Okay.
At least that's what I call her. I don't know her last name.
Okay. How long has she worked here?
A few years now. Probably 3 years.
3 years, all right. Do you happen to know what she did before she worked here? Like, do you guys talk at all? Or are you strictly business when you speak with her?
No, I definitely talked to her. I imagine that she probably did some kind of accounting work while she was getting ready to, while she was putting herself through school.
And why did she choose LAPD? Did she tell you ever?
Well, she always wanted to be a doctor, but live bodies were too much for her.
Probably couldn't afford to be a doctor either, to be honest. You have to be pretty well off.
Do these medical examiners, aren't they doctors?
Yeah, but she's probably not wealthy enough to be a live doctor. Practicing like either in an ER or as a GP. I feel like that's probably a position that it's probably a highly sought after position, right? So she may have gotten the same schooling, but because she's not of the same social standing, she's not going to be first in line, or she'll be passed up for that position. It's usually on rotation, right? Usually put in for it, and there's a wait list for who gets the better positions, or the more prestigious ones, rather.
I will probably look for you'll have to excuse me. Is phone communication the main
it's
means
video
of
call, actually.
It's video
yeah,
calls,
it's usually video call, but you can set it to be non-video. But it's like you've got telephone booths, but they're vidphone booths is what they're called. So it's usually like vidphone is what they call, or vidcall. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll probably look for the one that's connected to the morgue.
Okay.
And I'll call up to dispatch.
Ooh, okay. So when you're calling to dispatch, you're calling like the main operator, right? Dispatch operator, and then they route you through to whoever's running the morgue, right?
Right.
Okay. So how do you...
front desk.
Yeah.
You know, whichever.
How do you suppose it... I mean, there was an explosion not an hour ago, so it's very busy, I would imagine. So how do you think calls get routed when you're calling and it's busy like this? So you have priority and you immediately get through to whoever.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good to me.
Is that you, Detective?
This is Detective Galen Edwards.
Okay, I have about 32 calls on wait. What can I do for you?
I'm trying to find Mildred, the medical examiner. She's not down in the morgue right now. We have a situation.
Okay, what kind of a situation?
Well,
Do I need to send people down there?
no, it's under control.
Okay.
But we need to speak with her immediately. Have you any idea where she might be?
No, but I can go ahead and send her a ping here. Tell her to head back down. She should be down there. That's really weird.
Please do.
Okay. Hey, Detective?
Yeah.
She's down the hall. I don't know what she's
Fair
doing,
enough.
maybe by the vending machine.
Gonna hang up.
Can you just...
Go check.
I'm gonna just hang up and start walking towards the door. And I'm going to just look and see if Mildred's outside.
Oh, she is. Would you like to roll observation, or should I just tell you she's dead on the floor? Oh. You can roll for extra goodies, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I might as well.
Yeah, go ahead, roll. Zero and a 1 in there. Okay, do you want to push anything, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm gonna push.
Okay.
No luck.
Okay. I think probably at first glance, maybe you don't realize that she's dead. She looks pretty serene. It's not like she's got blood anywhere. Maybe you think for a second that she's passed out, but your long years on the force, I think that maybe lasts a millisecond before you realize, no, that's not passed out, that's dead. And then you approach her, and she's cold and clammy. She hasn't been dead too long, so you can still feel a little bit of warmth left.
I'm going to draw my weapon.
Are you in the hallway? So
Yeah.
we can't see you.
I'm going to draw my weapon, and I will...
Fingers crossed. Okay, I think we're good. Hello? We're back.
Hello.
Okay, we're back. Okay, I'm sorry. You said you were at the body and you're doing what?
I drew my weapon.
You drew your weapon. That's right. Okay.
I'm going to, is this hall, are there any, like, where's the nearest junction in the hallway? Are there any doors nearby?
Oh, okay. This is the floor where the morgue is on. I have to think about what else would typically be down here. I don't think there's anything much down here except for storage. Yeah. And then there's the morgue. Yeah. There's probably a vending machine down here, or a series of vending machines, because that's pretty much how life is lived now. You live via vending machine. So there's probably
the vending
like
machine did it.
No. Well, I mean, you never know.
If there's no place to hide here, I'm gonna look up.
Okay. No, nothing.
Nobody ever looks up.
Yeah. Nope. You're clear.
We've got a problem. Going to yell back towards the room.
What's that?
What problem?
Medical examiner's dead on the floor.
I need to, okay. I'm
suspicious.
Can I call him?
I run directly over.
Yep.
I bend down, I check her pulse, and then is no pulse? Is there a police radio that I have?
Yeah, I need to
yeah,
phone
everybody
this in
has
as well.
your everybody has a police radio.
I got no eyes on any suspect.
You moving her around? Because I assumed that basically Galen went in, he checked, saw that she was dead, and did the cop thing of like now check around for danger immediately without further investigating her body. But I assume now that this is happening, you guys are going to radio it in, and someone is going to now roll her over, or look at her, or no, or are you going to leave her?
Well, first things first, like before any of... Oh, did I lose you?
Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, Lord.
Okay. Are we back?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know why.
First things first, I'm going to radio the station and have them... Like, when I touch her, is she still warm?
Yeah, just a little bit. She hasn't been dead long. Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to radio the station dispatch and tell them to lock down the fucking station.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yes.
Bob?
Yeah.
I saw, I didn't see anybody. Did you hear anything while we were in the morgue?
Did I detect anything? Okay, I've got my gun out, and I'm focused on the two twins on the table. I know they're supposed to be dead, but I didn't, you don't think to check vitals or anything else like that. There's no wounds on them. But I'm also looking out towards, if are there storage drawers in here?
Sorry, hold up. You said you're checking their vitals?
No, I didn't check their vitals. I've got my gun on them because we didn't check their vitals.
That's right. Okay. So now you're looking in the other areas of the morgue for like containers or other...
Yeah. So to sort of set the scene, I am standing probably about
down here in the medical examiner's office.
4 to 5 feet back from the two bodies.
Okay.
I've got my gun is essentially focused on them as I'm looking around at other places of potential egress or the drawers. If there are storage drawers, I'm looking for anything out of place, but I've got the gun squarely pointed in their direction from, again, 6 feet away. I would say I'm probably looking at the two of them I'm at the one to the left. Let's say my gun's on the one to the left, but I'm constantly looking down on them, and again looking around for anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. There's something suspicious, like obviously, with these two. So I'm also gonna have my gun out. I know that Skiff just I think called in, so called in for reinforcements. I'm assuming. I couldn't really hear too much.
I called in and tell them to lock down the building.
Lock down the building.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So
then I've also got my gun out. You know, immediately wherever Bob is not pointing, that's where I'll be pointing.
Since I'm down over the body, can I look for is there an obvious cause of death? I'll roll observation or whatever.
Okay, yep. Now, yep, go ahead and roll observation. So you were like moving her. There we go. Fingers crossed.
Looks good.
Okay. Yeah, so I just need to know if you are, and your camera is not working for some reason. Zeke, you're not back in?
He's working for me.
Oh, okay, let me Could you just refresh for me, Zeke?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm so sorry to ask you this again. I just need to know if you're like touching her and moving her over, or are you just doing a cursory glance?
Well, first things first, I'm going to look with my eyes to see if there's an obvious cause of death. If not, then
with your eyes, there does not appear to be an obvious cause of death. No.
Okay. Then I will definitely if there's not an obvious cause of death, that means it's either because she's laying on her back, right?
Yes, sort of. She's kind of laying on her side, more so her back than her side.
There's not an obvious cause of death.
Yep.
Meaning blood that I can obviously see.
Yep.
That means broken neck or suffocation. So I'm going to check for bruising, contusions on her neck, and that kind of stuff.
So I think it's a little early to see any bruising on her neck, but your trained eyeball. Ooh, did you do your observation roll?
I did not roll yet.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
2 successes.
Absolutely. One fairly large hand suffocated her, choked her, killed her. Maybe also snapped her neck if you decide to move her head around.
We're looking for a replicant or a very, very strong individual. Be on the lookout, be advised.
I'm essentially just whatever. If it's just a sterile hallway with nothing else aside from, you said it was storage and the morgue?
Yep.
All right, I'm getting prepared to head into storage. I say, somebody follow me into storage.
Okay. And Selma gets ready to follow you in.
Okay. So that means Bob is staying in the morgue, and that means that Skiff is with the body. Okay, so we have you two going to storage, you're in the morgue, and you're with the body. Okay. What else is everybody doing? Anything before I continue? Yep.
I'm looking for anything that the replicant might have stolen, like access passes or whatever we use to get places.
Absolutely, detective. Very good question. Her pass is not anywhere on her body.
Dispatch, please go through the records and see if Mildred's pass has been used on any of the doors recently. Her pass is missing.
Okay, and you give the dispatch the timeline. Galen and Selma will go with you guys in the storage room.
Also, before anything, I'm listening. I understand it's probably pretty quiet down here right now.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm trying to hear if I can maybe detect some kind of footstep, some kind of shuffling, even something like heavy breathing, which we just don't know at this point. So if there's anything I can listen out for, maybe.
Why don't you go ahead and roll an observation that will count for this next section coming up, and why don't and I don't know if you or Galen want to decide, but you guys can share a roll when you're together like this.
Oof.
So
I think that's a fail, right?
Yeah, there's no 1 in there. Yep.
All right.
I'm decent at observation.
Okay. Bob, we'll go ahead and have you roll an observation as well, because you guys are all separated at the moment. Yep.
I was gonna say I am watching the chest of these two to see if I'm noticing any small breathing. At this point, I don't trust anything.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I got one success there.
Yes, you are.
I'm seeing breathing.
Very, very, very slow, very shallow breathing. Yeah. On both of them.
All right, on both of them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They don't seem to shift in energy change. I don't really know how to explain this to you, but you've succeeded, so I want to give it to you. They don't seem to have noticed that you have noticed.
All right. I'm gonna yell out to Galen. Galen! Galen!
Yeah.
Where are you at?
About to go into storage.
I think we need to sweep this room first, just in case.
I will immediately stop and look over my shoulder towards Selma. And I will point 2 fingers towards my eyes and point back towards the room.
She nods.
Do you both head back into the room?
So they are just out of
They're
curiosity.
down the hall. Yep.
But they're in the room with one of them's in the room with the 2 replicant corpses, right?
That would be Bob. Yep.
Okay.
And then
Bob,
Yeah.
Bob, check for Mildred's pass on one of them. If I don't know where they would put it, but if it's anywhere near them, take a look around.
Absolutely. Not a problem at all. I'm happy to help.
I'm going to start to make my way back down the hall, I think.
Okay.
And
Same.
You both are heading back down the hall. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually covering his back right now. So where he's
Right.
taking point, I'm gonna be
And
behind,
you're
maybe.
facing the storage room as you're going back down the hall, or
I'm kind of going in reverse.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
yep,
So he's
yes.
heading back towards the room, and you are now facing the storage room and
Yes.
backing up. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Very good job, detective. Okay.
And I'm going to probably stay to one side so I don't
Yep.
obscure any line of sight.
Okay. Skiff, what are you doing?
I'm looking to see if she has any like defensive, like, you know, things like under her fingernails. See anything like
Nothing.
that? Just
Nope.
it looks like just
It
a
was
quick,
very quick.
old
Yep.
choke neck snap something.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Probably, and in fact, actually, to you, because you rolled a 2, right, on your op. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think you can see it. I don't know what it's like for you actually on the force. So I don't know if this is how you, when you're playing detective, do you visualize the scene?
I am a detective. I'm not playing one.
So, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We walked this way when we came down the elevator, right?
Yes. There's only one room, and then
Yeah.
there's storage.
So we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we would have seen a dead body if we walked
No, because
through
she's
this
around.
area.
No, she's around the corner, right? So you get off of the elevator, and then you go right into the morgue room, right? And then you had to go out and around, like towards the vending machines or storage to find her. So she wasn't visibly
okay.
like.
So when
right
we
there,
came
and you missed her,
into
yeah.
the morgue,
Yep.
we could have missed her. Is
You
what I'm
could have
getting
missed
at.
her. Yeah, I wanted to be
Okay.
very clear that it's not like
Okay.
it happened while you were. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Because that would
Timeline would
change
change
what's
everything.
happening here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way that I can connect directly to? I know I can connect to dispatch, but would I know how to connect directly to someone who could check what doors have been used by what pass?
Yeah, I think you just called in to do that, right? to see if her
I have
pass had been
dispatch
used?
check,
Yeah.
but rather than wait for them to call me back, I'm going to call them.
Oh, okay, and see what doors have been accessed with this
Would
pass.
I go through dispatch to get
Yep.
to that desk?
Actually, you know what? I think Selma would do this for you. Selma knows how to do this.
Cool.
She's
But
an
she's
analyst.
not at a computer currently.
She's
though.
not, but she's at her KIA, and or she could potentially reach a terminal. But then, yeah, otherwise called dispatch. But before you do that,
Selma, I'm waiting for dispatch to get back to me, but if you can do it quicker, can you check and see if Mildred's pass has been used on any of the exit doors or anything like that, please? If you have time, if you're not busy, of course.
I'll do my best. Over.
oh, this is so good. Okay, Skiff, quick question. When you are not playing detective, but an actual detective, but I mean when you are
I
either
get you.
visualizing, like when,
Yes.
do you visualize it, or I'm trying to figure out how you
No, I definitely
unfold
do.
the scene. Yeah.
Once I know the cause of death,
Yeah.
which I'm fairly sure it's strangulation or neck breaking or something like that.
Yeah.
I look around to see where the nearest egress, where the nearest exit is.
Okay.
I look for any sort of like shoe scuffs,
Yeah.
like
okay.
scuff marks or anything like that, because I know it's probably like a tiled or linoleum floor or something like that, seeing as it's a medical examiner. But certain black shoes will leave scuff marks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Looking for anything. I'll put my like eye to level with the floor.
Yeah.
Because scuff marks will leave sometimes a little like feather or whatever on the end.
Yeah.
And I'll look and see like towards whatever the nearest exit is and see if I can see anything that like is raised from the ground.
Do you work forwards or backwards? As in, like when you've seen her body, you know she's been strangled. Now, are you going back to the beginning? Right? You're working from the murder to backwards. You know, like
Yes.
Yeah.
From the time of death backwards.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And do you see it? Do you visualize it when you're?
No. Hold on. I'm not working backwards. I'm working from time of death to escape. Like
so you don't care about like. I shouldn't say you don't care, but you're not trying to figure out what happened to her to put her in this spot. You're trying to figure out if whatever or whomever did this to her, now where are they going?
This is what I'm doing.
Yep.
If I were the replicant that choked her, dropped her, where would I go next?
Okay. There is nowhere to go next except for storage elevator or back into the morgue.
So the only way to get out of here is the elevator.
Yeah.
Okay. So they took are they headed to the elevator to do that?
Nobody is headed to the elevator right now that you know
so
of.
You would have heard me. I would have asked for Galen to come back to help me sweep the area. And then when you talked to me, I was very nice to you.
I see what you're saying. Then I will get up and I will walk the path to the elevator.
Okay.
Is Bob's position between here and the elevator?
No, I am standing over the two corpses. I would say corpses. I am currently, gun is aimed at both of the bodies. I am at their head level specifically in case they try and crack an eye. They don't see that I have my gun out on them. That is
right, but I'm saying,
positioning.
is the doorway to where they're laid out on the slab? Is the doorway there between here and the elevator?
Oh.
I don't think so. So the way that I always visualize it is that like the elevator doors open and then boom, there are the morgue doors. So you just basically walk the distance and now you're into the morgue. And then if you want to go to storage or the vending machines, you got to go down the hallway to the left. If you're exiting the elevator, if you're exiting the morgue, they're to the right. So you're kind of like down the hallway, and then both the elevator and the morgue are straight down the hallway in front of you, and storage is behind you, and Galen and Selma are coming up behind you, essentially.
Okay,
Along
so if
the
I
hallway.
wanted to go to where Bob is, I would have to turn my back to the elevator and walk the other way.
Nope, you turn your back to the storage and walk towards Bob and the elevator. So if you're heading towards the elevator, you're heading towards Bob anyway.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's all I want to know. Okay. So I start walking towards where Bob is, and I make a point of going.
I think the suspect might have got on the elevator and escaped that way. So be on the lookout. Anybody by the elevators?
And I make sure that I get that over, like that is said loud enough that hopefully I got close enough so Bob could hear it, and maybe anybody else could hear it in there. And I stop.
Yeah. Now, was this local radio, or was this also to dispatch?
No.
Okay,
that was
just you guys, your team, your unit. Yep. Okay.
Yep. And actually, you know what? To be honest, I probably didn't even say it. Like I probably didn't.
You
turn on
probably
my
just
comm.
pretended. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
I see.
So I did that, and I start walking toward the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And I stop at the doorway.
Yep.
And is Bob? Can I see Bob's eyes?
Bob has his back, I think, to the door, right? Because you're.
Yeah. So, if I hear, are you making noise walking down the hallway, like a show of it? So you're going quietly.
Yeah, I'm going quietly so they don't hear my footsteps stop at the doorway.
Okay. Yeah. So
if they're indeed the perps.
Right. So I'm so focused on these two. Unless you're in my peripheral, I'm not going to notice you.
Okay. I stop at the doorway. His back is to me.
Yes. And his gun, by the way, is trained on the two bodies on the slabs, which may or not be weird to you.
No. I get out I quietly draw my service revolver.
Stealth roll, please.
You bet.
Okay, Galen,
Am
while
I
you're
good at
doing
this?
that, I don't know if you are or not, but let's hope so. Galen and
not.
Selma, as you are walking down the hallway, what are you two doing? Selma, you're watching the storage, right?
Yeah. I'm keeping my eyes fixated on storage, and Galen has my front, so I've got his back basically. So that's I'm looking at storage right now.
Okay, you go ahead and roll me an observation, please.
Sure. Whew. I don't know if is that good?
That's excellent. I don't even need to fucking roll.
That's a double crit.
Yeah, that's a double crit. Okay, so now you can actually add additional things to this crit. You can make suggestions, or you can say like, I would like to see extra things, or I would like to, whatever the case may be. So would you like to take control of this critical, or would you like me to just tell you what happens?
Well, honestly, I feel I need to be more familiar with the morgue area, and I don't think I am.
Okay.
So maybe I'm not sure what to look out for at this time.
May I boldly take control of why this is awesome? Okay.
Please.
And correct me, because I don't actually know your history, but I have a sneaking suspicion that your instincts are insane. So I think for a moment, as you're backing up to go with him, there's probably a computer or some sort of terminal in storage that you could use to get the information that Skift asked you to get. But if it were you would be hiding in storage. And so you start to slowly maybe either hesitate or walk towards storage, and then you hear it. You hear the shuffling of somebody trying to hide or get in and move around in storage. And it's definitely a someone. The body type probably is a little bit taller than you. I feel like you've been on the force for 15 years, right? Your instincts
16.
Your instincts are nuts. So I think you already know that there's a larger individual in there shuffling around. And they're being very quiet, but you're also very good.
Galen, 6 o'clock. Storage. There's someone in there.
I'll stop, and I think that Bob and I imagine that we have we've worked together for a little bit now. I imagine that we've got a few signals. And just over my shoulder, I'll say, Roger. And I'll say, it's feeling like a busy night tonight, Bob.
If anybody could see, my face, it would drop a little bit. How busy? Noodle shop busy.
Not sure.
As Bob is talking, what I want to do, and you can tell me how this goes, like, to let him know that I am here, I take a big drag from my cigarette and I blow smoke, like, so it hopefully like flows past him.
What was your stealth roll?
I didn't roll it yet.
Okay, yep.
You kind of jumped away here.
Yep.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Sorry, yeah, no, go ahead. I was sorry,
Okay.
I was trying to do multiple
My
things. You
stealth
go
is
ahead
so
and roll.
bad.
Yep, good luck.
0.
Do you want to push?
Let's see, with a D6 and a T8. Man, those percentages are not good. I would take stress, right?
You will take stress, but you're full right now. And it's only once that you'll take stress but I believe you can push twice. Can you push twice on stealth? You might not be able to, actually.
I don't know.
Okay. You do take stress to do it, but I would argue this might be very important.
Okay.
That they don't hear you here.
I'll push it. Why not?
Yep.
Let's make it an entertaining show. Here we go.
Okay.
I just need a 6 on a 6 die or a 6 on a D8. Right?
You only get one die to push. You can't push the 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, then I don't know if it's worth it then. Oh!
It's a D8.
It's a 25% chance. Wait, no, 6, 7, 8. Actually, it's more than 25%.
I can't look.
I'm doing it.
I can't look. I can't look. Okay.
All right. D8, let's go. Got it.
Oh
Holy shit!
That is ridiculous.
That is incredible. Okay.
All right.
So you managed to, actually, you go ahead and describe what happens as you blow the smoke over to him. It's, for all intents and purposes, could be fucking, a circle of smoke that you just managed to blow
I just blow it past him to let him know that I'm backing him up. And then I pull out my service revolver and I aim it where he's aiming it.
I'm gonna give him a nod, but I'm going to raise my voice and say, I've looked around the body. I'm not seeing a key card, like if it had dropped around him or something. I'm not seeing that, but I'm not expecting a response. I'm just saying that. I'm trying to keep up the ruse as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully we can get out of here and get some noodles. But it might be a late night.
Okay.
Roger that.
I need 2 rolls now. I need manipulation, which is basically like lying in deceit to see how well you guys are covering your asses here. So that is a success from Galen.
Ooh.
Robert's 0. Okay, I will let Skiff also roll manipulation here to maybe potentially cover if you'd like. And Selma, I need you to roll 1 as well.
Manipulation.
Yep. Okay.
God.
Success.
Oh my God, these are so good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause on Skiff and Bob real quick, and we're gonna move over to Galen and Selma, who are heading into the warehouse or the storage, right?
I don't think I'm moving.
Oh,
if
so
I
you're
can- if
just
I can-
saying, you're gonna say,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
yep.
I think at this point, I'm not sure whether or not to move forward because of the danger. So at this point, I might actually be relying on Galen to communicate with his partner, because I'm assuming he's not just going to say, "All right, time to go in storage,"
So you're
because he's obviously
thinking like noodles is their way of saying there's something in storage,
so
right?
she's probably, I think she's probably picking up like they're speaking in code, like obviously we need to stay here. They're not gonna just leave and get noodles.
Yeah.
So she's remaining quiet, and she has her gun fixated on the entrance to storage, I think.
Okay.
So now she's not moving.
Okay. Galen, what are you doing?
I am, do we have a means of communicating with dispatch in the hallway here?
Yep, you can, but you'd have to radio in.
Okay. Excuse me, I'm checking our LAPD resource requests.
Yep. Oh. Good idea.
Yeah, I am, I guess the best we can do is ask for backup.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And I'm going to, sort of make my way over to Selma and just as quietly as I can, I'm going to say, Bob was suggesting we have a threat in that morgue. We're dealing with multiple perps. We need to call for backup.
We need to leave. Is what we need to do. We do not have the resources. We don't have the resources for this. We're gonna have to bow out and tell somebody that there are multiple possible offenders here. Is there any exit strategy you might have for this kind of thing? Because right now, the only way that I can think of is we head out the way we came. I can tell you right now, I do not want to be in this situation. I do not think we have the resources for this kind of thing. Not with 3 of them.
9 replicants, huh?
Let me tell you that I've never seen something like this before. I've never seen this model. I have not met with this type of thing. And you know what? If you want to argue that point, be my guest. In fact, if you'd like, you can take point right now, Mr. Edwards. But I'm not fucking around here, all right? We need to leave.
And what about Bob?
Oh, no, I'm saying we take the crew. Everyone. We need to make our way back to them and exit quietly. Galen, they'll tear us apart. They will tear us apart. They will tear our limbs off if given the opportunity. Okay? They can do that.
Take a point to give cover to Bob and Skiff. I'm going to call it in.
I think this is a real bad idea.
We'll exit just like you said. But we need to call this in. I knew Mildred.
Of course. Of course. She starts backing up a little bit.
Backing up towards which direction? Sorry.
Away from storage.
Storage and towards the elevator and towards them. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her hands are. I don't know if Galen can see it. He might.
Mm-hmm.
She's shaking. She's scared.
Yeah, I'm covering storage as well.
Okay.
With Selma as we're kind of backing up to the morgue. If they got through Bob and Skiff, then we've got a bigger problem.
Yeah. I need one of you two, Selma or Galen, to roll stealth for how quiet your footsteps are. Obviously, I think you can keep a very hushed conversation, but you are dealing with things that might be able to hear your movement.
Okay. So one of us roll stealth,
So
and both of us
choose.
do.
No, you just get to choose whichever one has the better stats can roll if you
mine
want.
is-
C.
Mine is a D, so you probably with
Okay.
yours.
Okay.
I'll push it.
Okay. 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 Thank you. In the morgue, or in the morgue room, examination room, we have Bob and Skiff. What are you two doing?
I'm assuming that Skiff hasn't said or anything or hasn't made any noise, just has the gun, and I know
No,
he's nearby.
Do you react when the smoke blows past you?
Yeah, you would have seen my head turn to the side. I don't really let my eyes off the two bodies, but I turn my head to the side, and you see me nod in a very obvious way. Just
Yep, perfect. And that means that I'm not making any movements. I am, except for like with my feet. I've got my gun drawn, and whichever replicant on the table he's pointing at, I point at the other one.
Okay. Yep. And you're
And
holding position here?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not moving around. I'm not moving any closer. I may have made a small show of shuffling my feet
I
when
was
he
going
asked
to
for the
ask
card.
you that. I was literally going to say, I'm assuming that you are smart enough to be like, I'm going to pretend that I'm looking for something or make some fucking sounds so that I'm not just standing here silently. So, okay.
Yeah, no, there's some walking back and forth, not nervous pacing sounds, just very calm steps, as calm as I can make them. I'm just moving back and forth, but once he's there, I've stopped. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you're moving, I'll use your footsteps to cover my own. But if you stop moving when I get in there, then I will stay still.
I would only stop for a few moments every now and then. In my head, I need to try and I'm trying to think from their perspective. Their eyes are closed. All they're doing is listening.
All they're doing is listening. So you cannot be, I'm sorry, but you can't be perfectly still. You have to have some sort of movement. You have to be shuffling. You have to be pretending to take a smoke or something. Well, I guess not smoke because, the
I'm just
morgue,
going like,
yeah.
Okay.
But not constantly,
okay.
but every now and then there's little things like I'm trying to sound bored.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but you would see me moving some if that's something you want to try and do.
Well, as soon as if I see an opening, I'm going to sidle in, like walk the same steps that you're walking. I'm going to use your footsteps and do the same thing. And so we are in complete vision of each other and not me behind you.
Sure, yeah. I am roughly somewhere between probably 6 to 8 feet away from the bodies, again at the head of them. Now, the way I had originally envisioned this, and if this retroactively actively changes stuff, let me know.
Great.
But I saw them as laying down with their heads. So like if this is the elevator,
Yep.
they are
behind you.
here. But their heads are here,
Yes,
and their bodies
yes.
are here.
Yes, that's
Okay,
right. So if they were to get up, their back would be to you in the elevator.
Right,
Yes,
great.
That's
Okay,
how,
so
that's
that's-
usually how it would be in the morgue, right? The head is towards the door. Yep. The
Yeah, so
feet are-
that's how. Yeah, because I would assume they would have been pulled out of the drawers and they would have just been plopped onto the slab and brought back, no messing around. So, okay, great. So yeah, I'm again 6 to 8 feet away from their heads. So as soon as you're that close to me, or about that far away, you'd be in my peripheral vision.
Okay. Quick question. As far as replicants go, are their vital areas to be shot the same as ours?
As far as you know, yes. This is This would be, if this was an N8, this would be your first time dealing with an N8. But yes, as far as you are aware, yes, they're not robots so much as they are like genetically engineered organic humans. So shooting the brain should do the same thing.
Okay. Are their feet closer to us or their heads closer to us?
Their heads are closer to you. Yep.
Okay. I take my gun and I don't touch them, but I put my gun directly like 2 inches away from the head of the one that's closest to me, and I look at Bob and I go like,
With one hand, you see me doing a trigger action.
Okay. I put up 3 fingers. And then I pull.
Yeah, same.
Oh my god. Okay. Selma, Galen, in the hallway, what are you doing? You've just heard 2. I think you're both well trained enough to know you've heard 2.
We're good.
We're all right
Everyone's
here.
going to be on the move.
Just
I'm
take it out.
immediately calling in dispatch.
Okay. What do you say to dispatch?
Dispatch, this is Blade Runner Edwards down in the morgue. We have 2 shots fired, 2 replicants believed to be deceased. We might have another one down here. We have officer down, medical examiner down. We need immediate backup.
Oh, I'm dispatch. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so intense, bro. Okay, yes. Okay, so what will dispatch do? Now this is technically
Question, are Galen and I still down in storage? We're not up the elevator yet? When this
I think
happens?
you were heading towards the elevator slowly and quietly
Okay,
when you
gotcha,
heard
so
the shots go off, but
Okay.
they were in sync. Right, so I think first
it would've
instinct
sounded
might
like
have it
one
would have sounded
shot.
like 1, but I think you're well trained enough to know that
No,
it
okay.
was 2. Yeah.
Okay.
But anybody else listening would have only heard the 1.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Skip Kalispell. We've secured the scene here in the morgue. 2 replicants.
I'm gonna look over at Skiff and go, there's a 3rd.
2 replicants down in the morgue. The room is clear. We are okay and uninjured. We will continue our investigation from here.
Noted. Thank you for the information. Over.
I'm pointing towards the doorway and the
Okay.
hallway. I'm looking at Skip and pointing in that direction.
Okay, now you guys are going to head out and head towards the... Yep, okay. Now, this is an actual mechanic calling for backup, so Galen's going to go ahead and do that. It's a successful connections roll, so go ahead and make that roll. Trying to weave this rolling into the narrative here. Selma, what are you doing? Are you still heading towards them?
She, at the moment, is standing in place. As soon as she heard
Yeah.
the gunshot, she was
Yeah.
like, oh, that means that there's potentially somebody who's in that room right now who also heard those shots. So
Yeah.
they're probably feeling a little bit more of the heat there. So she's once again got her gun and her eyesight fixated on that direction.
Okay.
She's listening for anything. She's listening for any shuffling, any sort of movement. She's not moving herself. She doesn't want to make any noise at this point, other than having to communicate with her team.
Okay. You rolled a 3 for your observation earlier, and one of the criticals I decided was just to let it last for the duration of the encounter. So
thank you.
You absolutely hear the shuffling right after those shots. It's very quiet, and then you hear a little bit louder movement as they're doing something in storage. But it doesn't... You think they would have probably found a hiding spot by now, maybe. Must be something else that they're doing.
She turns around. She looks at Galen. Not all the way around, but she kind of looks over her shoulder. Does like this motion. Like that. She says, all right. I think it's all clear. Let's head up the elevator. And instead of going
nod.
towards the elevator, she starts moving forward. But she doesn't want to go to the room.
Yeah.
She's getting a better vantage point.
Yep.
In fact, she is crouching a little bit at this moment.
Yep. Okay. So she says out loud verbally, it's all clear. We can head back to the elevator, but motions
Yes.
forward,
Yes.
begins to slowly crouch. She looks like languid like a cat, man. It's fluid movement as she continues her way down the hallway. Galen, do you go with her?
Towards storage.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
I would.
Okay. All right. I need to know if you're going to enter into storage or if you're simply going to wait.
Just waiting.
Waiting for backup.
Okay.
Just waiting.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yep, absolutely.
As far as the storage room goes, would that be a room that you would have to swipe a pass to get into?
Yes. You would.
Okay. Let's see.
Would we have
So
that
if I
information?
call
Would we-
dispatch,
sorry.
that doesn't go through to our comms on anybody else, right?
No, just dispatch.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, dispatch, you got any news on that pass being used anywhere inside the precinct?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I was just about to ping you here. Yep, I see access to the elevator at 2:15 p.m. and then nothing until access to the storeroom at about 11:45 p.m.
Which is probably, I think we said previously when the building blew up, it was about 11 o'clock. So.
How long ago was that from where we are now?
Oh, I'd say it's about midnight 20. So not too long ago, about 20 minutes ago.
So that could definitely,
Yeah.
like, whoever accessed the storage could have definitely killed Mildred.
Yeah,
Timeline wise. All right.
that's correct.
Roger that, dispatch. Did you clock him going out of the elevator or just the clock in?
Nope, that was the clock-in elevator down to the morgue area at 2 p.m. And then it
Okay,
wasn't
I
used
gotcha.
again until 11:45 or so.
Roger that,
We also
over.
got a call for backup down there. Are you lot all right?
Better send him just in case.
Okay.
All right. I look at Bob. I just got off the dispatch. They said the elevator was used to come down here, and then, or the pass was used to come down the elevator, and then the pass was used to go into storage, and that's where they are. You want to come with me?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Still gun drawn.
Okay.
Making our way to the storage.
Okay.
I'm gonna be at his back.
Okay.
I'll be watching your six as you go forward.
Okay. Eventually, you guys get down the hallway and you see Galen and Selma there, poised right in front of the storage door. You go inside the storage room.
We see them. Do they see us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a theory. I'm wondering, and she's wondering, I don't know if she'll actually say this, but the reason she hasn't advanced is because she's not entirely sure. This could be a replicant, but it could also just be somebody working down there. It could be somebody that has access, but she's not entirely sure. What makes her think that it might not entirely be someone is that there is still movement. There's still movement, and at this point, if there's still movement, why are they moving around so much in there? You'd think they would have chosen a spot to hide. So, she's keeping her gun fixated, and at this point, you know, it's really just whatever might come out of that door, because I'm not sure if there's any other exit.
There's no other exit down here. So what's kept in storage that you would probably know is obviously records. So since the blackout happened, you guys have switched almost entirely to analog. You're in the process of rebuilding your database right now. One of your old coworkers, actually, Sawyer, right? He was working on rebuilding the database. It's a long and grueling process as you guys try to piece together everything, but all of your files, like your physical files right now for the morgue are here. So information is in here.
Okay. She's got her gun poised. She looks at the others, kind of motions towards the door. She's sort of inching closer to it, but she's also trying not to make any noise.
Okay.
I calmly walk up to her side, and I whisper in her ear, not so no one but me and her can hear it. I just whisper, "You good?"
I'm better knowing that y'all are alive.
I can take point if you need me to.
She looks down. Her hands are still like... and she backs up.
I take her position. And I look at Galen, and I just go, "How do you want to play this?"
call backup. We wait for him.
Roger that.
Nowhere else to go.
How long will you wait for backup, Galen?
Well, I imagine not an inordinate amount of time. I mean, if it's going to take
Like
an hour.
until
For
No, I
backup,
mean,
I
how
hope
long?
it's in the same building.
Yeah, I
Fast.
mean, how long are you willing to wait?
I mean, a minute or two.
A minute or two?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking it would take them like 6 to 7 minutes to get down here because there's an
Oh, hell
emergency
no.
explosion across the town. So I imagine they had to bring people here, especially people who
No.
are willing to or able to and equipped to deal with potential replicants, which is what was phoned in on the dispatch. So you're
well,
not going to
I
wait
did say
8 minutes.
we had.
Yep.
I said we had officer down. He said we had officer down.
Yeah.
And I said we had 2 shots fired down in the morgue. So
Yeah,
I
and
was
then
hoping
somebody
that was
also
gonna
said
put a
potential.
priority.
Yeah, potential replicant. Oh, there's absolutely priority, but I'm just saying they need to send people who are equipped to deal with replicants, right?
Right.
Small units. And earlier, everyone was moving around they're going somewhere else, if you recall. All the Blade Runners were going to be going to hit somewhere, which is why everyone was called back to the office earlier. So I was thinking it would take 6 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
Will you wait the
Well.
6 to 7 minutes is what I'm asking.
I'm gonna look at Bob, and I say, I don't know how long it's gonna take for backup to get here.
I mean, they
we should
could
wait for
dispatch can
backup.
call you and tell you 8 minutes if you'd like, so you can use that
I
information.
will call dispatch.
Yeah,
I
dispatch will
will.
just call you and say,
Detective, you got 8 minutes before backup arrives.
Any way to put a rush on that?
They're rushing. We had to put a recall, but there's traffic.
We got a problem.
Now, if I may,
"Yep,
and I don't mean to like be an asshole about this, but wasn't there a recall already? That's why we came back to the station in the first place. Isn't everybody already like kind of close?
So originally the recall happened, but you guys stayed and didn't go immediately to the recall.
Okay.
So those that were available have gone somewhere else to do a thing to
Oh, they've
hit.
already been here and
Yeah.
left. Okay.
So the
Okay, cool.
only Blade Runners in the building are you guys right now.
That's cool.
But we are doing a recall, and I rolled 8, but I figure 6 to 7 minutes is probably fine.
Okay.
So Bob is knelt down back against the wall, but his body is turned closer towards the direction of the elevator. But he's got his head. He would have looked over at Galen at that, and you'd see he'd be nodding in the direction of the storage room. Just go.
I'm gonna make my way over towards the other side of the doorway to the storage room.
I have a question, actually. So the you need a key card to get in, right? So you need.
Yep.
Is it a scanner?
It will beep. It will make a sound if that's what you're asking.
Okay, so it will make a sound. Now,
Yeah.
is there any like notation, like any number pad on it, or is it just?
No, I think
a
you
scanner?
just swipe your card.
You
I mean,
swipe
there
it?
could be a
Okay.
number pad on there, maybe in
Okay.
case backup or something like that, or maybe they wanted to lock it temporarily while they're holding
Okay.
something that normally they want. Normally, like, say most key cards could get access into there, but maybe they've got a pad on there for when they want to lock the information temporarily for an hour or two, which
Okay.
sometimes they do.
Okay.
So yeah, okay.
I look at Bob, or not Bob. I look at Galen. It's a long time to wait, but we got this bottleneck here. We lose nothing by waiting, but it's your call.
I'll wait.
Hey, is
I'm
everybody
taking
waiting?
position, just so you understand my position here, with the doorway. I am positioning myself to cover the door from the other side.
Yeah.
So everybody's on one side of the doorway. I'm on the other side.
I have a question actually too. Are there security cameras in this room, in the storage room?
Oh yeah,
Are there any
for sure.
sort of? Okay, so maybe I radio into dispatch.
Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah.
And I inquire.
Dispatch. Yep. Yes, detective. It's about 8 minutes.
Thank you. I had a question. Would you be able to get me any information on who is in the storage room right now?
Yep, I can do that for you.
I'm gonna have you roll observation for me. I did not think of this, so I'm glad you did. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I see one individual. He's naked the day he was born, and he's hunched over something. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, it's a bomb.
Thank you for the information.
What do I do?
I'd like you to alert the proper channels for this. We will.
Do you want me to push the alarm?
She looks around. It's a bomb. It's a bomb.
We need to go right now.
Dispatch, we're on our way up. If you could.
Do you want me to push the alarm?
I don't know if I want you to do that just yet because I don't think he's aware that we're down here.
Okay.
Can I let you know when we're safely?
Yep, I'm here. I'll just stay on the radio.
All right, then I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to make our way back up, and I will let you know when we are all safely a few levels up, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'll be watching on the camera.
All right, over now.
You hear her immediately start like typing a little bit, and before she puts herself on like mute, you know. But you can imagine that she's probably trying to find a way to indicate to everybody without setting off the building alarm, because it absolutely would notify the person that's in the room.
Right.
Yep.
But
Okay.
I'm not willing to do that. I don't want them to know that we are here.
Yep. I was
so
literally pulling up the explosion table to be like, how much damage does it do? Like, fucking
All right.
Christ. I'm
So,
glad
Selma,
you said that.
I'm assuming they all heard that, right? They
Yeah.
heard that through the radio?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Close enough.
so we just motion towards the elevator. Get the hell out.
I'm going to loudly go, all clear. We can head back up, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to start egressing. Just
Okay.
moving down the hallway swiftly, paying attention. I'm ready to look inside that morgue. Not expecting really anything, but just in case.
If Bob read that situation the way that he did, then I am following.
Okay. What about you, Skiff?
I look at them like,
I'm going to do...
we're gonna. And I turn to them and I go, we're not gonna try and stop this thing from going off?
We don't know what it is. I mean, it could be a trigger. It could be a dead man trigger for all we know. It could be holding it, waiting. It could be a timer. We have no idea.
Get everybody out
I'm
of the
not
building
gonna stand
first.
here and let this fucking replicant blow up the goddamn precinct.
We don't know if it's a replicant. We know those two are replicants. We have no idea.
I don't give a
if
fuck
it's-
who it is,
No,
if it's a
it
replicant
is a
or not.
bomb. There is a
Whoever it is, I'm not gonna let them just fucking blow up my goddamn police station. You seriously, we're getting out of here?
Do you know how to disassemble a bomb? Do you know how to disarm a bomb?
It's not necessarily already armed. We have to get in there and find out.
I'm gonna
have
look
to
over at
kill a
Galen.
replicant, and then we have to disarm a bomb potentially. We noticed we let the rest of the building know. Bob, you're the expert here in terms of infiltration. What do you say our chances are?
I think that we might have an opportunity. And I'm looking at Skiff, and I've got a look on my face like I'm scrutinizing. if we go in there without a heads up, they'll react. We might, and I'm looking over at the area. That's a records room, right?
Yeah.
Storage, but there's records in there. The likelihood that there's someone actively looking for something. You usually don't just go into a place to blow yourself up if you're looking for something.
He was hunched over.
Unless they're trying to blow up the storage area to get rid of records.
That's right. Now,
what's the chances of us pulling this off if we rush this replicant?
If we rush it, none. The moment we try and open the door...
No. We got the drop on them. We know where they are from the cameras.
They heard the gunshot.
We gotta open the door, though, and they will hear the door.
There's no way they didn't hear those gunshots. Even if they heard it as one, they're going to be hyper aware.
I will
They're going to be
also
alert.
just throw in there that there is a chance the bomb is not armed yet.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that that's clear. It's not guaranteed that it's already armed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
How do you want to do this, Skiff?
I need you all to make a decision now, though. Because while you're standing here talking, he probably has time to finish and arm it.
Where is he in relation to the door?
Oh, actually, wait a minute. I have a question. This changes a lot.
Yep, okay.
Was the video live that Selma heard?
Yes, like she's
that was
looking
live
at the camera
video.
now.
That wasn't from before.
Yep.
He's hunched over right now.
Right now.
He's hunched over right now.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah.
No, that changes everything.
Okay.
If he's hunched over it, absolutely. I thought this happened a while ago and he was still in there.
No. He's doing it right now.
Yeah, that'll change a lot.
Selma heard the sounds as he's shuffling and hurrying to do something.
He's not hiding it. He's actively doing this.
All right. I look at Gayla and say, we'd have to go now. Now.
We go now.
Then we
Thank
go
you.
now.
We go
And
now.
We are immediately pushing down the hallway.
Okay. Who's swiping whose badge?
I'll do my badge.
Okay.
And I say, go on 3. I said, and I'll hold up 3 fingers. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. And I'm first. Right. He swipes. I'm first to the door.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
And you immediately go through the door. Selma, you hear, like, when the beep goes off on the card, you hear the movement inside stop and go quiet as you guys enter in.
How lit is this place?
Not very lit, actually. The lights weren't turned on.
I pull out my light.
Okay.
And I am immediately searching.
Okay. Now we do observation. If you want, one person in the group can roll for the whole group. So you guys choose together who has the best observation.
Selma, probably.
Yeah, she got 2 D12s, baby.
Yep.
All right.
Perfect. Okay. You see him.
Quick question.
Yep.
Just a technical question.
Yep.
If you roll a success and you want to roll a crit, can you reroll
You
a dice?
absolutely can reroll. You can push to get a crit.
Just curious.
Yep. Okay. So you will see him, Selma, based on what what dispatch said to you over the call as she was looking at the video, crouched over in the corner. I think you've been in here maybe once or twice before that, but that was enough for you to memorize the room. And I think there are a couple of different rows of racks, for industrial racks, for files and things like that. But as you slowly turn the corner, you just see the hunched over body hidden behind like a box. If you didn't know, if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't see it. But because she said he's hunched over something, you see him.
I see him?
Yes, you see him.
She readies her gun. LAPD, hands where I can see him.
Okay. Manipulation, please. A contested roll. That's okay. I rolled 2 and a 1, so nothing technically happens.
Okay.
So I think that means nobody really wins if we can continue doing whatever it is that we're doing. So I think you see, so slowly you see his shoulders hunch and tighten, but he doesn't immediately move.
I say, Stop what you're doing and stand up. Put your hands in the air right now. I'm gonna put one right through the base of your skull.
Roll manipulation for me.
Okay.
I'm looking for the bomb, if he's next to it or if it's somewhere else in the room.
He's hunched over it. Now, are you
He's still over it.
He's still, well, so I think he thinks this is a tactic. You've walked in. He doesn't know if you can see him, but you've shouted LAPD, put your hands up, and he doesn't want to be the dumbass that gives away his position by putting his hands up. So he doesn't know that you know exactly where he is because his back is to you, and he's just hoping for the best at the moment.
I didn't succeed, but I'm going to push.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
That's 2 stress for you, I think, today.
Yep. So you stress no matter what, whether you succeed or no?
Right, when you're pushing.
Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Ah, come on!
So,
now,
I think
everybody can push a second time. So sorry, Galen, but technically in the rules it says that replicants are allowed to push rolls twice, but we've allowed everybody at the table to do it as to not give away who's what.
Oh, so I can push that again?
You could push again if you want, yeah, but you will only keep the 1 stress that you already took. So you just get to push a second time for free, essentially, if you want.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There's the 10.
Okay. Okay, so
it's a double. That's a
it's
hold
double.
on. I just add. Yep. I mean it.
Yeah. It's the intensity. Yeah, you see all of a sudden you see his shoulders roll down as he slowly lifts his hands up and above his head.
I'm gonna
interlock your fingers and walk backwards towards me, towards the sound of my voice.
Yep, he interlaces.
I'm gonna yell it.
Yeah.
As he's doing that.
Yep.
Is it armed?
No. And he stands up.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
backs
gonna
up.
believe him.
Yeah, okay.
But I am gonna go forward. I'm gonna work around so I'm not in any line of their weapons. But I'm gonna go forward with the light on. I'm gonna go check as close as I can. I don't have a lot of experience with bombs.
Yeah,
so.
it's
I'm
not
covering
armed.
Bob.
There's no like beeping. There's no blinking. It looks like it was close, almost ready. Looks
Are there
like
loose wires
he's
or
maybe
something
spent
like that?
30, 40 minutes on it. There are loose wires still. Yeah, it's not quite ready yet.
All right.
But because you're not that experienced with bombs, I'm gonna say you would have no idea how long it would take to finish this.
Sure. I'm gonna relay that backwards and just say, it might be clear. It doesn't look armed.
Who's the only one who hasn't spoken? Galen, right?
me.
Yeah. Okay. Where are the 3 of you who have spoken standing in relation to me?
I'm probably behind. Probably right behind Skiff and Bob. But right now
near the door.
I'm covering Bob at the moment
Okay.
because he's the one going forward.
Who's the closest to me right now?
I'm
I
the
am.
closest.
Oh,
Ooh.
you went over to the bomb, right?
Yeah, I was moving
Yeah.
forward.
Well,
so
I was
unless there
hunched
room-
over the bomb. Like I was kneeled over it working on it. So then when I stood up, it's like right at my feet.
Okay, so I am the closest. I would have gotten close enough to see if it looked armed, as much as I could guess.
With your flashlight. Yep.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I don't.
Well,
that's
Selma
gonna be,
rolled an observation, so it was a success. So that definitely means that you can see, as far as you can tell, that it's not armed.
So I guess my question is then, what do you think my distance is for me to have?
No, I
mean,
need you.
to
I need
really
you
know
to
that.
decide. I need
You
you
need
to
me to
decide.
decide
Yeah,
that? All right,
I'm
sure.
gonna lunge at the first person closest to me, and I need to know if it's you or Skiff.
Oh, it's me. It's 100%
Okay, then.
me.
Then I turn around and I immediately lunge at you.
First twitch, I fire.
Woo! Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let you fire your attack. All 3 of us are gonna roll. So it's a contested attack. Normally when you attack, whoever wins the roll gets the attack in, whether or not it was your turn. So we're just gonna add a 3rd person into that. Okay. Give me 1 second to pull open my sheet.
Sure.
And just, I don't know if it matters, like, where you aim. If it's because it's, where it's close combat. I'm not sure if like a
technically there's
headshot
a called
or...
shot option, but I don't remember the rules on that.
Okay.
If somebody can look it up real quick, but if not, that's okay. We'll just do the standard shot, but...
Okay. I didn't know if it was, if it would be harder to hit the head or if it added like whatever, like negative modifier or whatever.
Bro! Someone beat me, please!
What am I rolling? Am I rolling?
It's up to you. I'm using my hands because I don't have a weapon. So if you want to try to use your gun, you can use your gun.
I think I'm actually going to roll mobility. I'm going to try and dodge whatever he's trying to throw at me.
I don't know if you can do...
Oh, can I not do that?
I don't know if you can, actually. Because it's technically, it's his turn, so he's making an attack on you. But the way that the rules work is that if you succeed, you do damage to him.
So
it's his turn technically, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can try to dodge it.
So I have to do an unarmed hand-to-hand roll as well?
Or your gun, either one, because you had your gun out, so I will allow you to do that. So technically, like on your turn, if you were to attack him, he still rolls, and if he succeeds, he hits you while you're attacking him. So that's what's happening right now. Yeah.
I understand. All right, so then I'll roll my blaster because I had my gun out and it was pointed in his direction as I was. Okay, so I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
So.
And now we just need Skiff.
Which thing?
One of those?
You can absolutely push one of those to get a critical. You mean? Yeah, you can.
I'll re-roll the lesser, the 3.
Thank you. Thank you, Orcish.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Answers
okay.
Back.
Okay.
Wow.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wow.
So now we're gonna roll damage for all of these things because you still take the damage.
Sure. All right.
So let me do this, and then we'll roll the damage, and then we'll figure out basically. Wait, what do I do if... Oh, I hit the critical button, right?
Well, yeah. You hit the critical button. Oh, no.
All right, so this is happening.
Okay, yep,
And now I do mine?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do mine.
Yours is just the damage button because you didn't have any extra critical successes. Right? Oh, no, wait. Sorry, you had 3. Sorry, I thought it was Skiff. I'm so sorry. Yep. So then you roll the critical. You do your damage, and then you roll your critical 2. Yep. That's right.
Oh, I got to do the damage first. Okay, so I'll do the damage, which is 2 damage, and then I'll do the critical with the 2, and we get...
I'm pretty sure we just canceled each other out, but... Oh my god. Okay.
I just got 2 shots off, one in his head, one in his heart, as he
no, because when you do a critical success, you get to choose one. You don't do both. You get to choose the critical. So, but hold on, I want to make sure, I want to see, because we added Skiff in here as well, right? Skiff also succeeded, right? Or no, Skiff didn't even roll yet. Roll, bitch, roll!
Oh my god.
Let's go!
What section of the player or the character sheet do I roll on?
You're rolling, so down at the below all of your skill and your stats, it should have your firearm listed.
It's in weapon. Roll the weapons one. Okay. Just the arrows or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so then you would roll your damage, or you can push that 6 to try to get a 12. To make it critical if you wanted.
You mean no, I couldn't. The best I could do is a double success.
Oh, okay.
So
so you will leave it here.
Fine. I'll just roll my damage then.
Yep. Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage. Now, typically,
0?
That's not correct.
That's not right. Your magnum must not be listed properly. We'll look at it in just a second. But typically, when you're doing contested combat, we would cancel each other out. But this is too fucking cool, so I'm not gonna do that. If you will accept some damage, I won't critically hit you. Then, like, I won't crush your skull. Then you can do.
I'll take the concussion 100%.
Awesome. Let's fucking do it then.
I mean,
yes.
If you want to paint the scene, like his brain.
Better to paint the scene than to paint it with your brain.
Yeah. Which, by the way, but just so that chat understands, because this is the first time that this has happened. So typically, if I roll a 3 and he rolls a 2, then I've only succeeded once. They cancel each other out. But basically what I've said is I'm going to allow us both to have all 3 of those successes if we want. So we're doing damage to each other, and we each get to choose a critical. Now, I need you to know that this crushed skull is instant death, by the way. As is the brains blown out with the gun. So we both rolled an insta-kill on each other. Obviously, I'm not going to fucking use that on him since this isn't even technically the rules. They're supposed to cancel each other out. But I think it's fucking badass for him to blow my brains out. So we're going to do it. Okay.
Wait, you're not going to pick concussion?
No, I'm picking concussion. Yeah, for sure. But I'm not picking shattering his skull open. I'm not killing him in the fucking 3rd episode. But just so you know how intense this fighting is and why Selma was correct in being like, we can't take 3 of these motherfuckers. So yeah, okay. So what happens? What do you do?
All right. So I think as I'm getting closer and closer to the bomb, my gun is trained on him, and I think for a moment I pull it off to the side as I'm looking at the gun. Or excuse me, looking at the bomb. He sees an opening, and I think he rears back and he gives me as full force as a punch as he can from his position.
I think he hits you square in the ear multiple times. He just goes 1, 2, 3. Yep.
I will say that I would like to step into his space to limit the swing of his fist. It's sort of like
I know what you're doing.
With
because he
with
can't pull back as far.
Horses,
yeah.
The closer you are to a horse versus the distance from a horse, the less damage you'll take. The further away you are, the more time there is. So, yeah, I'm trying. I step in enough for him to punch me as I'm able to pull the gun up under his chin and pull the trigger.
Yep.
But I think I am already on my way to the ground right after I fire.
Yep. And so we hear basically, so you guys see that this individual who looks exactly like Renzo from before, who's absolutely fucking naked, rails him right in the head 3 times. You hear the crack of his fucking cheekbone, right, as he hits him. And then he manages to shoot him underneath the chin at the same time Skiff is shooting him right in the temple. He goes down, and Bob goes down at the same time, and they hit the floor.
Can the bullets touch in his head?
Can I radio to dispatch?
Absolutely.
I think I'd be faster.
Okay.
If Bob went down.
Yeah, he did. There's blood everywhere. I'm not sure if you know... To be honest, I'm not sure if you know what has happened here because they both hit the ground at the same time. And Skip fired a shot.
Officer down.
Yeah.
We need a medic immediately.
Okay. Is it clear? You got about 4 minutes.
I think it's clear. We might have 3 replicants that have been retired.
Okay.
Unclear if there are more.
Okay.
Get back up en route.
So, Selma, do you remember the analyst that you were on the phone with who was waiting for you? Who said she would meet you down? Do you remember her name? Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy.
Yeah,
Wendy. The person that was my friend Wendy.
Yep, Wendy comes running through down the hallway through the elevator with maybe 1 or 2 more people, and they rush in to help. I would love to know what's going through everybody's mind right now, Bob aside. As he's down on the ground, the replicant, hopefully, is also down on the ground. Well, I mean, he's down on the ground, but hopefully I'm saying he's a replicant. What are you thinking?
Well, I hope Bob's not hurt, seriously hurt. I'm thinking that this replicant could get back up. I know that this looks fatal, but that's the problem with these replicants, is that sometimes it looks fatal and you're just not sure. So she's keeping her gun on the replicant. She has not moved there. But she was back up at the moment, so she's happy that Skiff kind of took that leadership there. She sees Wendy. Wendy. She motions.
She comes over.
Asks,
she's rushing in. Yeah.
Do you have your gun on you?
She's actually pulling out like a medical situation.
Okay.
She pulls her gun out instead. What should I do?
I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't know if he's down. I don't know how to check for a pulse, and I certainly don't want to go near him. But Bob is hurt. Bob's very hurt right now. She's gonna go for the double tap.
Okay. You're
on Bob.
You're gonna shoot the
replicant in the head, or attempt.
Okay. Wonderful.
I'm sorry, who are you shooting?
She shot the replicant, not
The replicant,
Bob. Yep.
again.
She's
not
just
Bob.
making sure that the replicant's dead.
Oh, okay. I
Because
see,
everything
I see.
happens super fast. Skiff, what are you thinking right now?
I head over to the device.
Yep. Okay.
And I just want to inspect it more closely since he just took a glance and said,
Yep.
"Yeah, I think it's off."
Yep.
And I'm going to look more closely at it.
Yeah,
to
it wasn't
see.
finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
not.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that it's not like, nothing is moving or vibrating.
Right. Nothing is moving or vibrating.
Okay.
Have people who came with Wendy, have they been briefed on the situation?
Yes. So they're basically getting ready to extract Bob. I think
Okay.
once you shoot the replicant, they're waiting for you to give the all clear before they move in and get Bob.
All right. All clear?
Okay, they immediately move in and descend on Bob. They're doing the standard things like making sure that he is, straight. They put him on a stretcher and they're taking him out of there. Galen, what are you thinking?
I am staring at Bob and the replicants, and I've just gone quiet, and I'm seeing Bob on the ground, and I begin to see flashes, and I will start to breathe heavily, and I see in my mind this girl. She's small. She's reaching out for a butterfly. And she's happy. And I think about asking Bob, what are our chances? You ever lost anybody?
In the line of duty? No.
That was close.
Yeah, it was. You hear anything else about Bob's condition?
Looks like it's a concussion.
Hopefully
But
there's no permanent damage.
he's got a hard head.
That he does. It's Bob. So, 3 replicants. Exactly the same as far as we can tell. Did I find anything on the what I would be looking for on the bomber would be anything that would indicate is there any possible way that the first apartment bomber could have been this one, like time-wise?
Ooh, that is a very good question.
Because we did stop at BB's.
Yes. There is a possibility that instead of going to BB's or anywhere near there, he went straight here.
Okay. I would look for under his, on his palms or under his fingernails for brick dust from...
There was a wound as well.
Yep. There would
He
have
was
been a
shot.
There was a wound on the one the
Bob
bomber.
shot, yeah, the bomber.
the original one.
Oh, he did. He clipped him.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yep, he clipped him. Yep.
Okay. Was there a shot then?
There was not a shot, so you can
Okay.
safely assume that this is not the
Cool.
same one. So there's
Okay.
still a Tyson Renzo out there somewhere. At least.
So that makes
Yep.
4.
That's correct.
4 of them out there.
Mm-hmm. But I will say that this one...
I was talking to him.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
So there are 4 of them out there that look
At least.
exactly alike, and that would suggest that there are more, probably.
Wonder what they were trying to do. Any idea on what they were trying to get at?
Well, the 2 obvious things that come to mind are they were trying to destroy the records, because after the crash, there's only hard copies now. We're slowly rebuilding the database, but we're not even close to being there yet. So there's something they were trying to hide in there. But that room is filled with all kinds of different things. So there's no telling what he was trying to get rid of, if he was trying to do that, or it was just an act of terrorism. Just try to strike a blow at the precinct, the LAPD, Blade Runners, to let them know they're not going down without a fight, which none of us thought they wouldn't.
You think Mildred was just in the way?
I think Mildred had an access card, and she was an easy target. I'm not sure if those guys on the slab were dead or not, or as dead as they get. But we made sure they weren't gonna get up if they weren't dead. But I'm guessing, if I had to make a guess, what do you think is the easiest way to infiltrate the police station? As a body.
It's not a bad plan. I suppose it worked as well as it could have.
This also suggests that there's a conspiracy. There's a group of replicants that knew this act was going down, and they were ready. They're ready for war. I don't know if we're ready to fight it.
I don't think we've got much of a choice.
Fair.
The act was passed. We weren't the first ones to start this war.
I know you're not supposed to ask, kind of a social faux pas, but you ever retired one of them? Or how many have you retired, I should say?
Dai Sung Hei. Maybe when you know me better.
All right. We have to work together. And I know that we don't see eye to eye, or haven't. But I gotta say, moving forward, if I were to rely on someone to have my back, it's good to have you. And I won't be going to the LT about any other things from now on. We're partners now. That means something to me. I did try, full disclosure, I did try to get reassigned, get my partner and I reassigned to a different pairing, but now that we're here, I want you to know you don't have nothing to worry about from me. No squealing, no talking behind your back, none of that shit. I'm with you 100% now.
Do I believe him?
Ooh. Well, how do we want to do this? Let's think about it. Hold on, because my gut reaction is to have you roll manipulation, because then it hides, either way, the audience and we don't get to know if you're telling him the truth or not, which is my instinct, because it allows you to be telling the truth and it also allows you to be lying. So I think that's what we should do, if you two are okay with it.
Okay, you want me to roll manipulation?
Yes, I do. Yep. And even if you're telling the truth, which you could be doing, but
no, I get it. I absolutely get it. If I fail, then you'll know.
Then he'll know. Yeah.
If I succeed, then you won't know.
Yep.
Okay. I failed. As far as you know, I'm being 100% honest with you.
Well, thank you for that. It's not easy trusting people.
You're right. But I'll tell you this. What we just went through, that shit stays with you. Not forgetting, gonna forget what you and your partner did. Now, if you could do me a favor, moving on, let me at least try talking and getting some information out before we start blasting. The only way we're going to get to the bottom of this is if someone, or if we pry some information out of a few people.
That I think I can agree to.
Well then, for your part, I promise you that if it comes down to it, I won't hesitate to retire every last motherfucker that we find.
Except the ones that we need.
Like I said, when it comes down to it, hopefully it won't. Or at least, not always.
There's just one thing you gotta know about me.
What's that?
I might cross a few lines here and there, but I'll make sure get the job done.
I had a good think about that. The situation at the apartment building. I was mad as hell at you and your partner. But my mom was always keen to tell me that old adage, you don't judge until you walked a mile in their shoes. My shoes aren't clean either, brother. I've trudged through my fair share of shit. I'd like to say they were gray areas, but they were not. I got to thinking about that. How many times I've had to break certain rules to do what needed to be done. Help me understand a little bit why you do what you do. Both want the same thing. We just have different ways of getting it.
Just remember, I don't know what department you were with before you became a Blade Runner. I have some pretty desperate contacts, some CIs you might want to use in the future. People just looking to get by. The replicants are the real problem right now. Anything I did on Vice, it feels negligible.
Out of curiosity, were you for or against this act? The Replicant Act?
I never knew what to make of it. I think the devil is in the details, as they say. Do we judge them all the same? I've seen some crazy shit. We've seen replicants that were so cruel. They would do things that no other criminal I've ever seen or had to deal with had ever done before. And then I saw some that were like children.
They like children, or were they children?
They were like children. The Nexus 6s, they didn't have any memories. I don't know.
You've never seen any replicants that were children, though, have you?
No.
That's good. At least there's that.
You?
What was that phrase you spoke at me just now? Just a little bit ago.
Die soon, hey. Maybe when you know me better.
I'm gonna give my friend Bill a call.
All right. Bill? Who's Bill?
Bill's been a friend since college. Known for a while. He's not on the force, but I do trust him when it comes to matters of security.
Ooh, okay.
So I'd like to talk to Bill.
Okay. What is your relationship like?
We're friendly.
Professional? Okay.
We're friendly. We're on good terms. You know, I can call him pretty much any hour. He might be upset.
He's in love with you.
Hopefully not, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not keen on those sort of things.
I see. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not interested in Bill, but that's not where my mind is right now. You know,
okay. And how long have you two known each other?
Give or take a decade, maybe.
Okay. So you've never been interested in Bill?
Well, I mean, we had a fling, you know, but it was like one of those sort of. There might have been alcohol involved or something. I don't know,
okay.
but I feel like I can still
pining after you this whole time ever since.
I feel like you're well.
I mean,
do you want this to happen?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to be playing Bill, so I think that's how I'm going to play him. But you can be clueless if you want.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Okay,
of course.
You have no idea. Yep. Okay.
I've got
you guys are
information
friends
that maybe he needs to hear.
For over a decade, had a fling once, and can call me anytime, and I'll pick up. Yep. It's cool.
Sure.
Yep.
That could be our relationship. Sure.
Yep.
All right. I'm giving Bill a call.
Does he call you by your first name?
Yes.
Okay. Selm, that's 4. Are you okay?
Bill.
What's wrong?
Listen, I hate to disturb you. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Well, I've been up all night. My buddy just got injured at the station. He's at the hospital right now.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I just... Yeah, we ran into a pretty desperate situation. And, you know, we ran into some copies, some clones. I'm just not used to it, you know. I'm sorry. I should start at the beginning. Are you okay?
Right where you
need to
fine.
sleep? I'm sorry.
Selma.
This is stupid.
Selma.
Okay.
You
all right.
ran into some replicants.
Right. They were, well, we didn't know at the time, but they were in Bill. They were in the station. I mean, they were in the morgue, and they killed the examiner. They killed our examiner, and within minutes we were at storage, and there was this guy, and god damn, Bill, it's the weirdest thing because they don't mind being naked. They just do not care. It's almost like an instant tale because someone with that amount of just don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like shame's just not bred into them. It's not there. Like that's a human thing, you know, shame. But they have no shame. There's no, like, I'm not saying there should be, Bill, but the thing of it is, it was so unlike anything. It was so alien to see this naked man hunched over a bomb, Bill. He was making a bomb. And I got to see some of those, I got to see some of what he was trying to destroy in there, Bill. And I've been up all night, you know. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure where to go or what to do. But I was hoping that I could maybe pick your pick your brain. Listen, I know it's 4 a.m.
It's fine.
I've already had a whole pot of coffee, but
Yeah, I can tell.
So
what do you need me to look
Bill?
at? What do you need me to look at?
All right, I'm just gonna. What would they call it? So they wouldn't say email, right? They would say, "What am I gonna send you through the terminal?"
Well, terminal works. I mean, we could say email, but yeah, let's do terminal. I think one of the Blade Runner games that came out many, many years ago referenced email, so it exists. But I like terminal better. Let's do it.
All right. I'm just gonna give you these through the terminal here.
Okay.
And I just want you to take a look at them, and could you just tell me what you think?
Yeah.
I mean, just first instinct, whatever pops in your mind, because maybe we're on the same page here.
I'm looking at serial numbers. Are these?
Well,
are these replicant serial numbers?
That's what I'm wondering.
This was
if
in
it's not
the morgue.
If it's not, I'm just not sure. Yes, this was in the morgue. That's what I've been trying to deduce, whether or not these are serial numbers. I was running them through, my system here, but I just do not have what we have at the station right now at headquarters. So, I'm trying to find this out, but I'm still real shaken up. So I'm trying not to let it affect me too much. But I got to admit, Bill, I'm pretty shaken up about it. I shot the guy again. I shot this replicant right in the head. I was happy to do so, but God damn, if I wasn't scared to do it. I mean, I thought he was going to get back up, and I saw it. I saw his brain matter leave his body, and I still said, no, that's not enough. That's not enough. You know what I mean, Bill? Like I felt it was again. I was like, I'm out here feeling like a fool.
But
you know what I mean, don't you? I mean, you just can't be sure. You just can't be sure.
You can't be sure. You did the right thing.
I mean, I'm gonna go see if I mean, we were just made partners. We had to join this squad with a couple other guys. I mean, they seem kind of green, but I don't know. They got their own demons, I guess. I don't know. I just needed to call it. I just needed to hear a voice that wasn't part of my job. Just for a little bit. Well, tell me about your day.
It was great. I went to work. I had a burger. I went home. I had a beer. It's like so alien to what you went through.
Yeah.
I did. It was
what?
Well,
really?
Yeah.
I mean, Bill,
adventurous.
I guess maybe it's 4 a.m., but you surprise me. You keep surprising me, Bill.
With a beer is what surprises you, Selma.
A beer, I would have paid you for a single malt,
I will endeavor to continue to surprise you.
Well, thank you for picking up.
Yeah. Do you want to go get something to eat?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I could. I don't know. What do you think about Moe's?
Moe's is great.
Go get some. Yeah.
Do you want to meet me there? Do you want me to come pick you up?
Yeah, I'll meet you. I'll meet you at Moe's.
All right.
I could use some fish and chips, maybe. 4 a.m.
Yep.
Hey, Bill. Bill,
Yeah.
you be safe.
Oh, I will.
Coming over here, okay?
You too.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you soon then.
Okay.
Okay.
Selma.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh yeah.
You're okay. You did the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to tell myself that.
And Bill will hang up.
Okay.
And start heading to Moe's. Now, as you are getting ready to leave, you do see a voice message, I guess, from your vid call, I guess, on your KIA.
Okay. And do I want to answer this message here?
Well, you tell me, because it's from Sawyer, your coworker. Now, to fill the audience in a little bit, you and Sawyer had a friendship, like an acquaintance at work, right? Like he admired you. You were kind of like his hero for a little bit, right? With your past history as a Blade Runner. And he kind of wanted to be a Blade Runner and was shocked when you switched over and became an analyst, right? So he joined the force to kind of help rebuild the database. And then you both had something, you had a mission that he was in charge of that went kind of not so great. And you ended up telling the whole truth in your report, and it got him sort of demoted. You haven't really spoken since.
Okay.
But there is a message from Sawyer on your vid phone or whatever, your KIA, if you'd like to listen to it.
You know what? I do not have the emotional bandwidth for that right now.
Okay, sounds good.
I do not.
All right, you're going to head to Moe's.
All right.
Oh, does Moe's only do fish and chips?
No, they, it's kind of like a dive bar sort of deal where they do, I mean, they have a menu, but, you know, I know the cook sort of, so I just say, yeah, give me the usual, and he'll bring me out like this giant battered fish, some soggy fries, malt vinegar. I really like malt vinegar on my fish, so, yeah, I'm gonna go up my cholesterol at 4 a.m.
Okay. How far away are you from Moe's? Who gets there first, you or Bill?
Oh, probably me. I mean, I'm maybe a couple blocks, not too bad.
Okay, not too far. Also, Bill probably had to get dressed, and yeah, okay. So,
right, poor Bill.
Yeah, he looks completely disheveled, like, you know, when he shows up, like he maybe put some effort in, but not too much because it's 4 a.m. But, you know, he got dressed. He's not in his pajamas or anything. And he slides up. Are you guys at the bar, or did you pick a booth?
Oh, you know, I probably would have been waiting out for him.
Oh,
outside.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No.
Okay. Ah, fish and chips, 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
All right.
I mean, I'd say this is, you know, first time we've done this, but it seems to be a regular occurrence, Bill. And then she kind of does like a derisive chuckle.
He pulls something out, like a little stack of, I guess, notebook or paper, and sets it down. And I think the waitress looks at the two of you and is like, oh, yeah, I know what these guys want. And, you know, just wanders off. And he says, he taps the paper. I looked into the series of numbers there for you.
Okay.
I think it's missing it's missing one of the 3 identifier codes. If this is a replicant serial number, which it could very well be, it's missing some portions, but you would need you need the 3 letters, and then you need, of course, the model number, either the N8 or 6 or 7 or what have you, which wouldn't be 7, it'd be 8, or potentially, you know, 9, I guess, if they were working on that yet, which I don't think they would be.
Bill, do you think this could be some sort of language?
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't identify what this is right off the bat. I'm used to seeing serial numbers. I'm used to seeing that sort of stuff. I don't know I don't recognize this pattern, and that's what's kept me awake.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll for me, actually, but I don't know what I'm going to have you roll. Do you have an analyst skill that's not observation?
I actually wouldn't know.
I don't think I do either. Hold on, let me take a look.
I don't think so.
I think observation.
My specialty is in science, I think.
What does your specialty give you? Let me pull up
you
your
get an
sheet.
advantage to all tech or medical aid roles when making an assessment of any sort that requires knowledge of physics, biology, geology, forensics, or any other natural science.
Natural science, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because this is unnatural science, right?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do a tech roll anyway.
Okay. Tech roll. Let's see.
And you can have your advantage.
All right.
Ooh, okay. Wait, was that with advantage? Because I don't think that technically was.
I'm not sure if that was.
So on the top of your sheet, there's a little advantage.
Should be 3 dice with advantage.
Yep, there's a little advantage button that you can click. Basically,
I see.
Yeah, on the tab, and then you hit the roll, and then you get it.
Okay. Do you want me to roll again?
If you want to, because you
I
did
like
have
that.
2 successes. You like this one?
Yeah, I like that one. It's not bad.
Yeah,
I'll
we
keep
can
it.
stick with this one for sure. Okay, so you said Bill worked in tech, like he's your information guy?
Bill, Bill's the guy that they use when banks get hacked. He's the guy that they're like, hey, what's going on here? You know, you understand what this means for us. He's like the defense firewall prep guy, so he's very he works with firewall basically. So he's the person that makes sure they're the first line of defense against computers, tech, anything like that.
Okay.
He's the guy that designs a lot of it.
Then yes, then that changes everything. Then he will say, yeah, I do. I think it's a cipher. But it's weird because you said you found this in your department, right?
Yeah.
So somebody.
Yeah, in storage. In this, we're keeping physical copies, still, and that's where this replicant was.
So someone is keeping notes in a cipher in your office.
That appeared to be.
Yeah.
The case. I mean, that appeared to be the situation. Now, I don't know if these files were procured and then brought down to that area. No, I'm wondering if these two other replicants that we saw, there's slabs lying on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if something wasn't smuggled into there. I'm wondering if something wasn't taken into our offices without our knowledge. Now, I'm not saying that this was any kind of oversight on anybody's department, but these are some smart motherfuckers. I mean, this man, there was no hesitation. No hesitation. He was diligently working up until the moment that we entered. He was hustling, Bill.
Okay.
This thing was hustling. I was just worried that it was going to go off. And I mean, I've already dealt with a bomb and the detonation of that bomb and the ramifications of that already within the last 72 hours. It's been insane ever since they got the act passed. You know about that, right? You're aware?
Yep. Yeah. I heard. I mean, the whole city's heard. Everyone's got a reaction or a stance.
Can I make a copy of this for you?
Yeah, please.
Actually, I've already sent it to you if you want. And in fact, I would encourage you to do this. Make a hard copy. Make a hard copy, Bill. Start making hard copies of everything, because at this rate, I'm not sure that our software is not at risk. I think there might be some risk to our technology here, because if they've already been able to access, I mean, they killed the examiner for the card, but if they're able to access these kind of things already, I'm not convinced that they don't have that kind of access to some really important things.
Are you saying there's somebody working from the inside?
I'm saying that might very well be a possibility, because Bill, I do not know how that could have happened. I don't know how that could have gotten past. Yeah, it was hard.
Tell you
it was
what.
hard because I felt like, all right, well, this is my headquarters. For Christ's sake, Bill. I mean, I've got.
It's your home away from home.
It's my home away from home, and I just wonder if they're not also attacking my home.
I need you to roll manipulation for me, please. And we're going to do the same thing, which is just if you're telling the truth or lying, we're rolling manipulation either way. And if you fail, then I get to know if you were actually telling me the truth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I was telling you that I was intending
Don't say anything yet. No, I know. But I just mean just so that the players who are lying can hide it, so that everybody has a chance to lie.
So I just roll manipulation.
Just roll manipulation. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you were telling the truth. I think Bill is just concerned. You're talking very quickly, and I think the cipher got him intrigued and interested. But now you're saying there's a mole in the LAPD, and I think he's just like, I think he's starting to be a little bit more concerned about your well-being rather than exactly the data that he's looking at here. Okay. Yeah. I'll make some hard copies. I'll try to see if I can figure out. Do you have any more data like this in the office that has this set of series of characters together?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, that's why I've really been trying to do some digging on my own, just to see what they could possibly mean, and I'm just not certain. I'm thinking it's some sort of language, some kind of, I don't know, maybe a code, cipher. I don't have the legend, so I have no idea where to start with these sort of things.
I can try to see if I can get you a legend, but
maybe
if it
I
is,
was trying to run it through some kind of simulation, something that might be able to get me.
What we're using to run it through, and now you've intrigued the puzzle brain in him. This is what you guys had in common for so long. Like you both, when you get hyper focused on your work, you both like, yes, like attack dogs on this thing. So he leans forward and he says, what were you using to run it through? Were you using the work computer?
No, I was not.
Okay.
Have you've heard of what was it? Fire Tree? You heard of Fire Tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was using Fire Tree, and I know that it's not necessarily a platform of choice.
No, that's okay. Were you doing Fire Tree? Were you doing twice removed or just the once?
Well, actually, both.
Okay.
Well,
So you
I
ran
wanted
it
to
through
make
twice.
sure.
That's
I was
okay.
trying to get I was covering my tracks.
Okay.
I know that that's not necessarily the most secure route, but I felt like it got me to a place of understanding a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Which made me think it was some kind of language. So just wanting to pick your brain really about it. But that's it. I was doing that for 2-3 hours. I really just wanted to do it more to take my mind off of the fact that one of my new squad members is in the hospital. Not sure where my partner is right now, but I can only imagine he's probably doing fine.
Hey, you know what? Let's, I'm gonna go back. I'll work on the legend, but for now, let's just eat. Yeah?
Okay.
Just
all right.
focus on the food and the way that it tastes and smells, and you never know.
Yep.
While you're doing that, the answer may come to you. You're gonna be okay. We'll figure it out.
She puts out her hand, kind of holds it out.
To shake?
To clasp it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, yeah, sure.
Like she
yeah.
gives it a squeeze, and she says, "Thank you for picking up the phone."
Yeah, of course. Anytime. Now, I wonder if it's... I bet it has something to do with... And he's immediately not eating his food, and he's now still thinking about the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you thinking about?
She's wolfing down her fish and chips. As soon as it gets there, she starts like just piles of malt vinegar on it. She mumbles through her food like, I was thinking, I need to get some food in me. So I was thinking that maybe I could bring this up with my squad, but I was wondering if you had maybe and she leans in. Anybody else that might be able to assess this information?
I can ask around if you want me to.
Yeah.
How sensitive do you want me to be about the information and who it's for? Because I can think of some people who will absolutely take their crack at it, but they're not going to want to do it for the LAPD.
No, that makes sense. I don't know. I haven't talked to David in a minute. Have you seen David in a while?
No, I haven't seen David.
No.
In 3 months. But I can contact him. You never know. He could be in a hole
that's
somewhere.
The thing.
Doing
I haven't talked to him, but man, he was reading that like he was reading music. I mean,
yeah.
If you can talk to David about it.
Okay.
But Bill, listen. Maybe just David. I mean, these are real sensitive stuff.
Okay, just David then. I won't ask anybody else.
Okay.
You want to talk to your unit first?
Yeah, I think I might want to get their opinion on it.
Okay.
Just because.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I really shouldn't even be talking to you about this, Bill. But...
Yeah, I know the drill. It's okay. I won't say anything. But tell you what, you send me some sort of message and let me know when you want me to find David. I'll try to look for him ahead of time, but I won't tell him what it's for. Okay. Is it good?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Sounds just what I needed, some fried food after a day of trauma.
Kind of go hand in hand, I suppose.
I gotta tell you, I thought, and actually, question: did she see Galen when he was like things were going rough? Like, was he like spacing out in any capacity?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because she might have noticed that. I don't know.
I don't think it was difficult to notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
if you were paying attention at all,
okay,
you probably would have seen it.
Okay. Well, I rolled 2 critical observations, so if I could take that and say that she did see Galen and what he was like the basically 1,000-yard stare sort of deal, she's probably going to bring that up to Bill. And she's eating. I gotta tell you, all the guys I'm with, same shit, Bill. Same stare. It was like looking into a mirror.
Oh.
I mean, I don't like the guy that much, but you can tell, you know. You can kind of see sometimes. I just felt bad. It was like, oh my God. I mean, my fingers were shaking. I had my gun out, Bill, and I was shaking. My fingers were just... I couldn't pull the trigger until he was actually down.
I'm sure you could have. You just didn't feel like you had to. If you felt like you had to, you would have, Selma. You always have before.
Well, I mean... we were gonna go in there. Me and Galen, we were gonna go in. We were just kind of shuffling down the hallway, and Galen's behind me like, well, don't you want to go see what's in this room?
Galen's the one that has the same stare.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
okay. No, that's all right.
Sorry, yeah, that's this new, I don't think he's new, but he's new guy to me, I guess, and we really weren't getting along, but he really wanted to go in there, and I just thought, man, dude, like we're gonna get torn apart. We're gonna get torn apart. You know that one like
it's 5 years ago.
You remember that? You remember that
gonna,
gas station?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run over you.
No, it's okay.
I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about the gas station again, and you know how I just watched him, you know, beer bottle, and then everybody was dead, and he tore someone's ear off, and I could do nothing. It was like that. It was like that feeling, and I had that fear in me of, oh, there's gonna be people dying. Someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna die. So
But nobody did die.
Nobody died. But I'm glad that we went in anyway. I was scared. I was so scared. Because I just kept remembering, man, I have seen limbs, literal limbs be torn off of people, just without regard. It was especially terrifying because I called dispatch, Bill, and I was like, is there somebody in this room? We're trying to figure this out. And she's like, yeah, there's somebody hunched over something right now, and he's naked. She's like, naked as the day he was born. Weird, you know, like that sort of thing sets off the whole, oh, that's weird, that's so weird. I hate it.
That is weird. Bill leans back and favors his right shoulder, I think, unconsciously, kind of just rubbing it a little bit while you're talking.
You alright?
Yeah. You know, it's cold, wet.
Yeah. Should get some coffee.
It is weird. It's really weird.
What's up, Bill? What are you thinking?
I don't know. But I'm thinking.
I like your thinking face.
Be great if it was a solution face.
You know, sometimes they're one and the same. Knowing
Sometimes. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, I gotta get going. Are you okay? Are you gonna be all right?
Hey, I'm all right. I've got some food in me. Got some fried food. Got the caffeine. Probably crash in a couple hours, but might not sleep at all.
Well, if you can't sleep, you can always give me a call.
All right. All right, you take it easy, okay? Good seeing you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
All right.
I think you guys pay separately, right?
Yeah,
like that's your that's your friendship. Yep, I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but as he reaches out, I think the audience would see that he reaches out to pay with his right hand, and he does have an augmented arm as he taps to pay, and then walks off into the rain, leaving Selma alone.
And she notices this?
Yeah.
Has she been aware of his augmented arm, or is this a surprise for her?
I think you have. Whether or not you know what happened to cause that event or for that to happen I'll leave entirely up to you. But I think you've known for a while.
Okay.
He probably knew when it happened. If he didn't tell you if you weren't there, he told you.
Got it.
Yeah.
She just sits and finishes her fish and chips and her coffee.
And then do you go back home?
She pulls out her...
Oh, yep.
She pulls out her, KA.
Mm-hmm.
Scrolls down, takes a look at the name, Sawyer. Sits on it. Puts it back down. Doesn't listen.
Hey, Sal. Hi, Selma. Seems like I caught you at a bad time because you're not picking up, but you know that already because you're listening to this message, and yeah, look, I'd start this over if I could, but I can't, so I'm just gonna push through. I'm working on the predictive model, the algorithm, and I've made a couple breakthroughs, but I'm gonna stop wasting your time and just cut to the chase. I know that you're gonna have questions, but I can't answer any of them right now, not on this line, so focus up. I need you to look into a name for me. The name is Avari Trix. That is Avari, A-V-A-R-I, Trix, T-R-I-X-S. Previously listed as a vendor for Tyrell. Please don't ask me what they were vending. That's what I'm hoping you might figure out. If you're gonna ask why I don't do this myself, the short answer is I can't get to the office right now because I'm out in the field following up on another lead. Side note, please don't ask me why I'm in the field. Whatever you scrape on Avari, we will swap notes later via something more secure. You gotta trust me when I say this is important. LT asks, I'm hungover or I'm buried under a stack of data disks. I do not need a wellness check. Am I well? Check. I'm very well. Alright, that's my cue. I gotta go. Wish me luck.